Deacons of Wake Forest.
It's GCNdex, and this is the spirit of college football. Electronic Arts was, by 2002, a gaming institution. Not even counting the prior 20 years of business that made them a mainstay in gaming history, their sports-focused brand EA Sports had enjoyed a decade of success, specifically when it came to American football games. But while Madden was the popular big brother, there was a second American football game franchise that was slowly building towards success, and it all started with Bill Walsh. This week we're going to take a look at NCAA Football 2003, but first we're going back to the beginning. Bill Walsh College Football was released in 1993 during American football coach Bill Walsh's return to college coaching at Stanford after a successful decade as coach of the San Francisco 49ers and a stint as a broadcaster for NBC. One of the earliest video games to take on a sport at the college level, Bill Walsh College Football was well received, with Computer Gaming World acknowledging that at the time, while PC football simulations were superior to anything on home consoles, EA had succeeded at bringing the best possible college football experience into the living room. From there, EA's momentum just continued, with Bill Walsh College Football 95 coming the following year, before dropping Walsh's name after he retired from coaching. Without his endorsement, the next entries changed titles to College Football USA 96 and College Football USA 97, before we finally received NCAA Football 98. Thanks to EA's procurement of the NCAA license for a line of basketball games, it was also applied to their college football series, and it stuck for the next 16 years. After enjoying success with yearly entries on the PlayStation and PlayStation 2, EA finally brought this series to Xbox and GameCube with NCAA Football 2003. Rolling on the acclaim received by NCAA Football 2002 for the PlayStation 2 the previous year, excitement was high for the next release in the series, and it lived up to that hype. College football games enjoy some additional freedoms that NFL licensed games don't, and EA Tiburon stuffed this year's entry to the gills with both play options and additional content. Now, there is your standard football game where two college teams face off against each other, but that's nowhere near where the meat of the game lies. Long-standing rivalries between schools are an integral part of the college football experience, oftentimes becoming much more personal to fans than any NFL rivalry. And NCAA Football 2003 certainly makes these games a focus with a dedicated rivalry mode. Nearly every classic college rivalry is represented, and by winning the games you can actually receive their trophy and display it in your virtual trophy room. That's right, if you defeat USC as Notre Dame, you will receive the beloved jeweled shillelagh. Now, even though over 144 schools were included, not everyone's favorite school is represented, or maybe you've got a great college in your head that you want to play football with for some reason. EA included a Create a School mode for this exact purpose, allowing players at home to customize virtually everything you can think of, from the team colors, stadium, uniforms, and even the logo, and that's just the aesthetics. From there, you can customize the team playstyle and caliber, allowing the CPU to fill the roster with well-equipped players according to your team's playstyle. You can even drop your custom team into the main Dynasty mode, bringing them to the Big Ten or the Pac-10 championships. The game's graphics are well up to snuff, as this was done by the same team that worked on the Madden series, so they knew a thing or two about making a football game look good. The commentary was even a little more fleshed out than what you normally find in a football game at the time, as they had 3 commentators in the booth for this game: Brad Nessler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Lee Corso. While their comments are situational, and if you play long enough everything will start to repeat itself, it'll take a while to get to that point, so it will be a long time before the guys start to get annoying. NCAA Football 2003 was exactly what it set out to be, a great college football game. With a huge variety of play options and features to put players into the college football experience, there really wasn't another game that you needed to buy. Until, of course, NCAA Football 2004, but more on that in episode 280. That is it for this week's episode of GCNdex. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time when we launch into adventure in Evolution Worlds.